Hey, Philadelphia, it's Folly time. So hurry up, you don't want to miss this. Put on your glasses, fasten your seatbelt, grab something to drink, and sit back and enjoy Philadelphia Sports Folly.
Tucker needs one more. One more out. Willie Wilson standing in, bases loaded. 1-2 pitch.
Hey, hold it right there. Rewind that thing and play it one more time, please.
Doug, it's the 10th time we've seen this tape today.
I know, but I love reliving that moment, that World Championship in 1980. It was great. I could watch it a million times. But hey, okay, we can do that later, all right? Right now, we have a lot of other tapes here. We've got bloopers, we've got incredible plays, weird stuff, wacky stuff. We've got it all. So let's get going and roll our first tape. Ice hockey, it's a great game, a really beautiful sport. Now, I'm no expert on the subject, but I do know that the Flyers have certainly had their share of magical moments, as well as moments of madness. Olympic ice dancing probably has a little more grace and elegance, but I like hockey's hits. Kicking is a big part of pro football. If this guy was a human and not a statue dude, how far do you think he could lay one down? Well, for an NFL kicker to pop one about 60 yards is pretty unusual. But how about a quarterback popping one 90 yards? Who do you think that was? That's right. It was the Eagles' own Randall Cunningham who blasted the ball from his own end zone clear down to the Giants' 7-yard line. That big boot turned the entire game around for the Birds. Now, if you think that was incredible, check this out.
Runners are breaking. Line drive.
Triple play.
Triple play. A line drive. Triple play. The first at Veterans Stadium.
Randy Reddy could have had an unassisted triple play if he would have just tugged that runner out. Now, how about an unassisted quadruple play? This one from the Sixers' Manute Bol.
Chris Porciani is into the game for Orlando. Here's a block. Here's another one. Another one. For another one. How about that sequence? And the Sixers have the ball.
4 blocks and 1 trip down court for the human SWAT team at 7'7", Manute Bol. Back to baseball. When was the last time you saw someone score from first on a wild pitch?
Carter chasing it down and then still stays on top of the Phillies.
Oh, he's going to score.
That is not, yes, he's going to score because nobody covered. Schmidt circles the bases on a wild pitch incredibly.
I've never seen a fella score from first on a wild pitch, ever.
And it was right here in Philly that fans witnessed the first time in hockey history that a goalie shot and scored a goal in the NHL.
Bruins come back, flip it from their side of center in on Hextall. He blocks, looks to shoot it to the open net. He has scored! Ron Hextall has become the first player in the history of the National Hockey League, the first goaltender to actually score a goal.
But Ron Hextall wasn't finished. he scored again, this time in the playoffs.
Peters heads off right now. Hextall stops it. Look out. Down the ice. Will
Got
it
a
make
chance.
it?
He's got a chance.
He's got it! Yes, sir!
There was no deception in those shots. But how about the trickery involved in this Villanova fake punt?
Barkley, we are told, is going for the afternoon as they fake the punt, and it is kept. And they have a first down and more. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Pat Smith! What a play!
Hey, did you see what happened there? Let me show you. The ball is snapped to this guy right here, who holds on to it while the defense runs right by him. Then he's off to the races. Touchdown! Now that's unbelievable. But there's another football play that Philadelphia will never forget. Yep, the miracle of the Meadowlands.
30 seconds left in the game. From here on in, Pizarczyk can just fall on the football, and there is nothing the Eagles can do. And Pizarczyk fumbles the football. It's picked up by Herman Edwards. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Eagles. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I do not believe what has occurred here, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about miracles, folks. I do not believe this one, but it has happened as the Eagles beat the Giants 19-17 before a shocked crowd at the Meadowlands.
Oh, man, look at that poor guy. He can't believe it. If you're an Eagles fan, you'll never forget that miracle. Just like Flyers fans will never forget their first Stanley Cup. Or Phillies fans will always remember the man who stood on the mound leading the Phils to their first world championship in 97 years. Well, just the other day, I was in Center City and I asked some of you about your favorite Phillies pitchers. Watch this. We're taking a little survey here. You might be able to help us out a little bit.
Okay.
Are you a pretty good sports fan here in Philadelphia?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, let's ask you a question. Who is your all-time favorite Philadelphia Phillies pitcher?
Pitcher, I guess probably Steve Carlton.
Steve Carlton?
Yeah.
That big guy.
The big guy.
The big guy. Steve Carlton.
Steve Carlton, yeah, he was
That's
a big
right,
guy.
he was.
Yeah.
Steve Carlton.
Steve Carlton.
That's easy.
Yeah?
Steve Carlton.
He's
None other.
He seems to be everybody's favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Steve Carlton.
Good, good. He was one of my favorites too. How about your favorite Philadelphia Phillies relief pitcher?
Leaf pitcher, Steve Bedrosian probably.
You like Bedrock?
For the World Series years?
It doesn't matter. Just over
Raleigh
the past.
Eastwick.
Raleigh Eastwick.
Geez, I don't know too many relief pitchers.
What?
One of my all-time favorites is Roger McDowell.
Roger McDowell?
Yeah.
Okay, let's be a little more specific now. Let's get down to some basic fundamental stuff. Who was your favorite relief pitcher in the 1980 World Series?
Favorite relief pitcher. Didn't Dickie Knowles come in at the end of one of those games?
Oh yeah, when he knocked down George Brett.
Yeah.
I really can't remember. That's
No?
about 12 years ago. No, I can't remember.
Well, do you remember the World Series?
I do. I was there.
Do you remember who was on the mound when Willie Wilson struck out and the Philadelphia Phillies became the world champions for the first time ever?
You mean it wasn't Steve Carlton?
No, it wasn't. 1-2 pitch.
1-2. That was the World Series on the line?
Yeah, reached way back for a little extra.
That was you?
Who was on the mound? That was me.
Is that right?
That was me. You don't remember?
Well, I know. I could have sworn that was Steve Carlton.
No, he loaded him up. I had to come in and bail him out.
Is that right?
Wait a minute. Let's get somebody in here who really knows something about baseball, all right? What about that tape we did of Darren Daulton? He's a catcher. He's an all-star catcher. So let's see what he had to say. Now, go ahead. Roll that tape. You've been in the league a long time now. You've caught some great pitchers. Tell me, who are some of the greatest pitchers you ever caught?
I would say Steve Carlton, Steve Bedrosian.
Yeah.
We've got one right here. Terry Mulholland's a real good pitcher.
Yeah? Well, okay, maybe who was one of the better relief pitchers you ever caught, Dutch?
Al Holland.
Al Holland?
Yeah, he's a Cy Young Award winner.
Oh, Al Holland. Okay. How about a pitcher that had a great repertoire out of the bullpen, had a lot of pitches?
Oh, Kevin Gross. Had five pitches. Five
Kevin
pitches,
Gross.
Tug. I had to take my other glove off sometimes to give him a sign.
Well, how about a relief pitcher that you knew was going to come out of the bullpen and throw strikes, had a lot of pitches? You could close your eyes and just feel the ball hit the glove.
Pat Zachary.
Pat Zachary. Dutch, do you ever remember catching me?
You know what, Tug? I did catch you a couple times.
Yeah, well, I mean, was that okay?
Oh, you were great, Tug, after the game. You were a great guy to go out with.
After the game?
After the game.
Okay, well, there's some merit to that. There is some merit to that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, Tugger, but do you remember the year when you set an all-time record for giving up Grand Slam home runs with 4 Grand Slams in a season? You were a left-hand pitcher, all of them were to left-hand hitters, and after the last one by John Milner at Pittsburgh, after the game you went out and you were so distraught that you went to the Pittsburgh Police Department and said, "Please lock me up tonight so I won't do anything to anybody, especially myself." I remember it well, Tugger.
Yeah, Harry, well, I'd like to forget that night. But let's take a look at this next segment. It's full of stuff that I'm sure these guys would also love to forget. Okay, time for a little golf. Earlier this year, I had some fun playing in the Philadelphia Inquirer, Daily News, Mike Schmidt Pro Celebrity Golf Challenge. Whew, that's a mouthful. Out at Commonwealth National. You know, golf can be a frustrating game. I know, because I take a lot of my own frustrations out on the golf course. So let's roll some of that golf tape. You know, hitting the ball is not my problem, but finding it, now that's a different story. Where's it going down there? I hit it right in the middle of the fairway and it goes down somewhere. Can't find your balls out here. And stop laughing. Plus my caddy, he's blind. He can't ever find my ball. You'd think a guy by now, he's a professional caddy, he'd learn to keep a line on the ball. Heads up! Look at that lady run. Uh-oh, in the street. Hit that car. Hey, it hit the tree and bounced back. Woohoo! All right, here we go. I think maybe on this shot I use the handle in, huh?
I think so.
I wish I could be one of those balls out there in the middle of the fairway. Maybe one time today. There goes a high chopper. It's a baseball term. Show it. It's a high chopper. Baseball terminology. Get it? High chopper? Get it? It's cute, isn't it? If I'm not in the middle, you know where I want to be? In somebody's office. Don't go over there too far. Oh, sweet mama. Joe's gonna like that one. You're supposed to say Joe who?
Joe.
Joe Mama.
Hey.
Hey, quiet now. Shh, quiet. I'm about to putt. Hey! Slam dunk it, baby. Oh! Don't you touch my ball! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. You think Michael Jordan can dunk, huh? Hey, if you think that was something, take a look at some of these shots. Now, kids, don't try this at home. These guys are professionals. Now, this is what I call a member's bounce. Hey, where's he putting this? The hole is over there. Now, that's what I call a nice putt. We're going to slide into this next segment and take a look at a few guys who either couldn't make up their mind whether to slide or not, or maybe, just maybe, they need a little more practice at it. Hey, John Kruk may be a great hitter, but his sliding could still use a little work. Here comes Danny Cox. Is he going to slide? Not. And David Palmer, poor guy, I don't think he could make up his mind. Ouch. Remember, folks, this is not a clinic. But Lenny Dykstra, he knows how to slide. And so do these guys. And Charles? Wait a minute. Was that a slide or a slip? Here's a slip. Here's a slide. A slip. A slide. A slip. Slip. This one's a trip. A stumble. A tumble. A fumble. How about this crash? Smile. Oh, man. Watch it now. Hey, look out. They're coming right at us. Sure, he thinks it's funny, but you know, it's not always an athlete's fault when stuff like that happens. The weather can mess you up. It could be rain or snow, or there could be a full moon or something. But here in Philly, fans know that when it comes to weird weather, there's a dirty three-letter word, F-O-G, fog. I think it all began back in 1975 when the Flyers were playing Buffalo in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and a bat started dive-bombing the players. Well, one of the guys smacked it and killed it, and then the Flyers' Rick McLeish picked it up and dumped it. And that may have been the start of the Phantom Fog curse, because later in the game, fog started coming out of nowhere inside the arena, and you couldn't see the puck. But did they cancel the game? No! They kept on playing, and the Flyers lost. Then there was the Fog Bowl in Chicago in 1988. I mean, you couldn't see the nose on your face, it was so thick. But did they postpone the game? No! They kept on playing, and the Eagles lost. The spooky stuff even invaded Delaware Park recently and took over an innocent horse race. Listen to this.
As they race into the turn, I wish I could tell you who was in front, but I haven't the vaguest idea. We've got someone in front by about 2.5 lengths. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yo, that poor track announcer didn't have a clue. Just like some of the guys in this next segment. I think what we're going to see here are the victims of some severe brain cramps. Watch this. Okay, here's my favorite vapor lock play.
There it goes again, right at Kruk. Only this one's deeper. And he makes the catch right at the warning track. John forgot the outs. Uh-oh. Here comes the runner around to the plate, and he scores. Kruk thought that was the third out.
Yeah, I think John had a little trouble with his math that day. Hey, how the heck did Ilka Sinisalo wind up with a stick in his skate? I guess you could call this sticka-stucka in Ilka Skata. We all knew Charles could dunk, but what about these shots?
Barkley. Johnson. Here's Charles with the timer winding.
Here's a strange one. Von Hayes hits a shot to the wall, and it's going, gone. Or is it? Where'd it go? Von thinks it's a home run, but wait a minute. There it is. It's back to second for Hayes. Okay, now, check this out. A fumble, a recovery, a lateral, a run, a drop and a kick, all in one play? Now, take a look at this wild pitch. Someone called it a knockdown pitch to Manute Bol. Well, here's a look at Manute, so what do you think? And speaking of the big guy, what would you call this dance step? Okay, boys, enough of the tricks. Let's wrap this one up. You know, for all I know, this guy could be 12 feet tall. That doesn't scare me. You see, I've had guys 5'6" take me deep before. And you gotta trust me on this. Hitters are a very strange breed. You can tell a lot about a hitter just by the expression on their face. You know, if you want to change the look on a hitter's face, you can always throw one like this. Just because you can make funny faces doesn't mean you're a comedian. To be a real comic, you should probably first, become a relief pitcher. Remember Roger McDowell? He used to have some fun here.
Matches, cigarettes, tape. You just light the cigarette, and then as it burns down, it'll ignite the matches.
Yeah, the hot foot was Roger's favorite practical joke. But here's another oldie but goodie. This one from the Eagles camp.
Put this on your head, you can put in that cup. Go all the way through? Alright. Give you one more shot at it. You get your head way back though. Put it back in there. See now you drop. Real good.
Now, let's check in with the Phillies' latest bullpen wheeler dealer, Mitch Williams. I recently caught up with the wild thing down at the vet.
Jones, did you get anybody good?
I got a couple good ones.
Man, look at this. I got 4 of these Tug McGraw things. They must be trying to get rid of all these. I'll give you 4 of these Tug McGraws if you got one of those Bo Belinsky guys.
All right, it's a deal.
All right.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. Bo Belinsky for 4 Tug McGraws? You got to come up with a Babe Ruth or a Mickey Mantle.
The reason there's 4 of these is because there's just so many of them, they're outdated and they're no good no more.
Oh, come on. I'm worth more than that.
No.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. Hold on. Hello. What do you mean? You want me? Not me. How about Jones? How about Wally Ritchie? Huh? McGraw? That guy's older than dirt. He's an antique. You gotta be kidding me. Tug.
Yeah.
For you.
Hey, I can make a comeback. I'm ready to rock and roll. I can fire up. Hello. Yeah, this is Tug. Oh, hello, honey. How are you? It's for me, guys. Hey, look, hold on a second. This is going to take a little while, so why don't you go ahead and watch this, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. So how you been? Good to hear from you.
Here's a steal by Barkley to breakaway. He outruns the Sonics.
The slam dunk. I love him. You know, the dunk wasn't invented here, but it was raised to an art form right here at the Spectrum by the legendary Dr. J. Man, could he ever fly. He was amazing. And for the last 8 years, we've had another future Hall of Famer to watch power slam him in, Charles Barkley.
Pulled down by Kessler. Barkley.
Yeah, he should take it. He does. Goes for the fire. Oh my! What a play! The ball out to Barkley on the rumble again. Good.
But don't forget about the king of smash crash basketball. That's right, Chocolate Thunder, Double D, number 53, Darren Daulton. Whew, that's hard to do. And you know what else is tough? Finding someone who can do a good imitation. But that didn't stop us from asking some of you to give us your best impersonations of my favorite play-by-play man, Harry Kalas, and his famous "Outta Here" home run call. So roll that tape, please.
1-2 pitch. Wind up. Oh, what a shot. This ball's going. This ball's out of here. Home run.
He swings. It's going. It could be out of. Kiss this baby goodbye.
There's a long drive ball deep. It's out of here.
There it goes. It's going deep. It's going. It's going. It's got a chance. There it goes. It's out of here.
Here's the stretch by Robinson. 3-0 pitch. Swinging a long drive. There it is. Number 500.
Swinging a long drive. It's out of here.
Swing! It's
Swinging a long drive to deep left center field. Watch that baby. Out of here. Home run, Michael Jack Schmidt.
No. You have to envision the ballpark. You have to just picture in your mind the bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom half of the 9th inning. The Phillies trail by 3, and Mike Schmidt is the batter. 2 outs. Here's the windup and the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a long drive. It might be. It could be. It's out of here. Home run, Michael Jack Schmidt. And the Phillies have won it by a run in the bottom half of the 9th inning. That's the way I do it.
For sure, there's no one better than Harry Kalas when it comes to calling a ball game. And you know, we had a little fun with Harry here, just like we've had some fun with a lot of Philadelphia's athletes. But we should always keep in mind that most of the time a blooper is the result of these guys trying to make a super spectacular play. And for every blooper we watch, there are hundreds of great plays that these great athletes make look easy. So remember, Philadelphia, it ain't over till it's over. And this one is over. Now, can we go back to the World Series tape? Put it in, rewind it, go back to the part with the horse.